It is our custom to turn our thoughts to the Creator and give Him thanks for all the blessings that He gives us, and also to make our petitions to the Creator so that our community would be in good health and happiness. And we lift up all those in our community who are sick, and we ask that the Creator to be with their families and help them in their time of need. And we must be mindful of our responsibility to help other people in need as well, in whatever way we can. So I encourage you to do that at this time of Christmas and all through the year. When you do that, you're practicing our culture. We're thankful for all the members of our community, and we lift up today Brenda Snyder and her family and the lost tragic fire death of her daughter, Carrie, who was 37 years old, that perished in the fire the day before yesterday. And the family of Clarence Zeman as well, and the Reverend John Miracle, whose service will be at 10 o'clock on Saturday at the community center. We lift them all up, and we ask the Creator to comfort them in their time of loss, and to be with them is if their family members are sick, to surround them with His love and care, and heal their loved ones and bring them back home soon. Kajokwa sa dawon siyos go ni gariwesa ni egaradi ohodon gariwat tegon. Unga de wot no de hode agwego unska adeniwe noni no gwat ni gora. Dano de yitiniwe rados ni ogwe sonha asok agwego skono agonhage. Agwego unska adeniwe noni ni gwat ni gora. Dano de yitiniwe rados ni ni stonha ji yo wanjadi ji sego. Diatka ko ho hadjes sko wa satstone Sarah na ayoni yohage agwego unska adediwe noni neon gwat nigora dano taitiniwe rados ne agwego yokyo was a geo anjade agwego unska adediwe noni neon gwat nigora dano taitiniwe rados ne agwego yokyo was a jigaron hiade dano ono gadi agwego desi we no we rado ne sungwayat lizo ne nega satsonsara ne o sa ohiera eto neo donhak neo bot nigora. And it listens, and take these words to heart. My people, listen for a short time. The business has now come to pass. Everyone will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to the people, so that peace will continue for all. Everyone will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to our Mother the Earth, as she still goes along, giving of her own strength for us to live good lives. Everyone will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to all things that support us on the earth. Everyone, we will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to all things that support us in the sky and in the heavens. And now we send our thanksgiving and our greetings to Sungwayat Dizong, the Creator, the great strength of the natural world. Let this always continue in our minds. In the Christian tradition, Sungwat Niha, Negarong Hyagi, Desiderong, Ogwasanada Gondi, Sayanetsra Andawat, Jinutre, et Yao Nehohanjagi, Jonanito Negarong Hyagi, Dagyo Nego Nisaradi, Nyata Nisaragi Ungwanadrank ne Oni, Donagoriosto, Ne Jont Guari Wanero, Jittigari Stonis ne Rowdy Warner Axarum, Ego Isisauk, Nagayanetsra Nagasat Stonsara, Ne always ansra, Jenyahoe, Awan. In English, it's Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Just some announcements. The funeral for the late Clarence Zeman, Mayor of Desrona for many years and Warden of Hastings County, will be at Christ Church tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And the Reverend John Miracle's funeral service will be at, memorial service will be at the Mohawk Community Center at 10 o'clock this Saturday, December the 16th. And there are no arrangements made yet for Carrie Snyder. So you have before you, and first of all, I want to say it's been a pleasure to work with each and every one of you here on council, and I will miss you. Our conversations and our agreements and disagreements That's what makes it lively. But I think the most important thing when there's disagreement to do it in a respectful way. And if we model that, then we're practicing our culture without any anger or hostility in our voices. And then people listen when you talk to them properly. If you snap at people and you're rude, then people don't want to listen, and it just creates tension. It doesn't solve anything. So the other thing that the community members have said in this election, they want to see respect modeled by everyone, council and staff here in the council chambers. They don't like it when they see it, and they have seen it and spoke about it. And so that's one thing that they've asked me to do, is to ensure that the conversations here and the interactions between everybody in this room is kept respectful and in a professional and a business-like manner. And I think the community have every right, and we all have the right to expect that of each other. And so that's what it'll be going forward. So, and if it isn't that way, then I intend to pause and call people on it when they're not being respectful with each other. So we have before you, it's customary for the council just to have the final meeting to approve the minutes that you've, the decisions you made, to make sure that is reflects accurately the record. And I just want to thank you all for your service and the work you've done for the community and the motions you passed to enable progress in our community. And without the council approval, not much happens. And so that's very important to keep the momentum alive, but also to be in sync with our government funders, because the government doesn't wait for us to make up our mind, or they go ahead and then when the opportunity is the window is closed, it's closed. So it's we have to be timely in the decisions we've made, and we've made good progress in the community this term with is outlined in our report. Unfortunately, I think we still have to have a different mode of communication, because many people don't read the website. Some still have computers, and not that many are of people that need to know, and that was quite evident with the questions that were asked at the candidates meeting and things that people ask you. It's all in that report. So I think we still need to print the hard copy and circulate that just to bring people up to date. And it's also a good indicator for the new council that comes in, so they know what's finished, what's not finished, so what they know what the work would be. And in the new council, we're going to have some governance training early on, so people know how the council should work and the difference between council and administration. I do intend to develop a council questionnaire form that has to be filled out, so that staff are not put on the spot instantly. They'll be given a little bit of notice, the question, and they can do the research necessary to give you a better answer and a more accurate and timely answer. And it'll be question number 1, first time asking, second time, and just check the box off as you go along. I think it'll work. We'll streamline it better. It'll be a tracking system for MC to follow up on when she's here, so they don't have to remember everything. We'll develop a system to control that. Then staff know what's outstanding, and it can be monitored in a better fashion than currently. So Angela has informed me that she's posted the CAO position. I guess that's done.
Yeah, notified HR to get it.
So HR's done that, and so we want to thank also David Soulier for his years of service, and wish him well in his future endeavors. And we will pull together and make sure things get done and bills are paid, and we'll continue to make progress. So we have the adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to move to adopt the agenda? The items on the agenda are review and adopt the agenda, the minutes of the 1st of June, the special November 13th, 2023 minutes, and November 28th, the local business minutes, and the library minutes of December 2023. That's the public portion. Then we have some of the minutes in the in-camera portion as well. Just one question before we go any further. The honorarium for the committees, has that all into finance now and being processed? I've been asked the question.
There's only one committee, and that's the library.
The library?
Mm-hmm. Once their minutes are acknowledged by council, then they'll be able.
The school committee doesn't get.
The school committee hasn't submitted anything, and what?
Parks and Rec committee exists so too.
Haven't seen anything from.
Okay, I'm just clarifying.
Can we get follow up on that, Angela? So these committees, Parks and Recreation and the school committee, if they're going to submit anything, and the library and
the library's on here. It's June.
The Mohawk Fire Department.
taken care of. It's all part of the budget.
So
They
they've
don't
got,
have minutes that come here because they're not a committee. They're volunteer
but
firefighters.
we've always paid them though.
Yeah. Yep.
So
It's
Scott,
already
well,
been done.
it's been done?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a part of the budget.
Okay. So we'll get that done. So if you could
It's already done.
follow up on that, that'll be great. Moved by Josh. Is there a seconder? Chris? Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion's carried. The first item of business is the minutes of June the 1st.
Yeah, my apologies for this. I went back through my notes and realized that I was the recording secretary for this meeting and typed them up, so. Oh, sorry. This is when we were on Teams and David was asking about the transferring of ECDev funding to go to the ECDev Corporation.
Okay, the minutes, is there any corrections to the minutes of errors, omissions, or corrections to the minutes of June the 1st, 2023? In regard to motion one, has all the corporate papers been filed with the CRA, and is the bank accounts opened and stuff like that, Angela, to implement motion one?
I
Or
will check,
are there loose ends?
I will check with Cecil.
Okay, if you can bring a report back to the next council, that'll be fine. That'll be an action item. And we can still follow up with Brandy Oliveira concerning the golf course, the corp funding. And so they have $250,000 corp funding that might help there at that budget as well. So I suggest we do that in the upcoming weeks.
You wanna approve the minutes first? Just-
Yeah, yes, okay.
Right,
Yeah. Mhm.
the motion number 4 is missing a second.
Yeah, I only had through the minutes yours.
Yeah, I can't.
No, like when I went back to the minutes, I seen yours, but I didn't see any other one.
Maybe we didn't have no second.
No, I think Josh had some internet issues there with the last council.
You got a good memory for June.
Did we sign that
He signed it.
agreement?
It
So
went.
it's signed anyway.
There was a couple of meetings where your internet wasn't working. So who will second that motion then? It's just to get the money for the policing budget. If we don't sign the agreement, we can't get the money.
So we signed it.
It's signed and sent in, but it should be authorized.
Yeah.
Is there a seconder for that motion?
I signed it, so I can second it.
You joined by teams.
Yeah.
So Josh will second it? That's great then. Any other corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, can I have a mover to accept the minutes as corrected?
I'll move.
Moved by Ted. Is there a seconder?
I'll second it.
And seconded by Josh. Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Can we have the minutes of November the 13th approved by council? Are there any errors, omissions, or corrections? Most of them are just business, the minutes, Motion to travel to the Chiefs Assembly for myself.
Just one question
Did-
in motion 23. Not sure what that ought to read.
Yeah, the other thing is the AFN meeting was the 3rd to the 6th. I had a housing lobby meeting on the 3rd. And the 4th to the 6th was the AFN meeting. So the dates are wrong. They're in motion 3. They can be corrected. So it was the Chiefs Committee on Housing and Infrastructure that were conducting the lobby. MC, on my desk, there's a report on the summary of what the lobby, who we lobbied. Can you make a copy of that for the council, please? And what they said? And a number of business registrations for artistic inspirations. Martin Beads and Crafts, Mohawk Auto Body, Mohawk Duty Free, Native Renaissance 2. Yeah. Oyonqua Convenience and Wholesale, Quinty Trade Services, Soaring Eagle Variety, the Gallery Cafe, the Work Gear, the Five Nations Tobacco and Fuels, the Central Trading Posts, the Mohawk Soda Company, Mohawk NDT Services, Lily Dolls Farm, Nation's Finest Esso, and then there was an application to support the gas bar application to the Ministry of Revenue for the following businesses: Nation's Finest Esso. There was a motion to for Nation's Finest owner Tara Green. And then there was a motion to regarding the AFN election on the Iroquois Caucus meeting agenda, November 29th and 30th. Let's move. Then the next, there was a motion to so was there an email, Chris, that you had concerning the Iroquois Caucus in motion 23? Pardon me? Okay, I'll have to look up the name and give it to you, Shelley, because I can't recall what it is. But it would be, anything like that would be forwarded to Shu, and then she would put it on the Iroquois Caucus agenda.
And you can ask, yeah, so we can clear this up, Sean. It's under attack, because it was for the 24th of November. That way we get these cleared up, fine, finished off.
There was a motion then to support the design and feasibility of the new build Tyendinaga Tourist Visitor Center. And the council is required by ISC Corp funding application to commit 20% to this portion of the project, which is $44,745. Therefore, council will commit the funding required for the design and feasibility for the portion of the proposed new build of a Tyendinaga Tourist and Visitor Center, and that was MCR 2023-24-44. Motion 25 was to pay legal invoices to Alan Pratt for the land claim partial settlement and Turton Pen loss of use, and also regarding surrender 24. It was moved that the executive assistant position achieve an executive assistant position to council for new council to discuss. It was moved by a motion was moved by to pay the Hicks Morley invoice dated August 31st, 2023 for human resources. There was a motion that councils are moving in full support moving forward to hiring a community energy and champion for a 3-year contract position. That was resolution 2324-0045. Council confirmed the following meetings: November the 18th at 7 to 10 MBQ Candidates Night, November 27th, 7 to 10, MBQ Candidates Night. November the 28th, 4 p.m. Tyendinaga Mohawk Council Business. November the 2nd, MBQ Election. November the 13th, Tyendinaga Mohawk Regular Council. Motion was made to go in private at 12:40, and it was carried. Is there any corrections or omissions to these minutes? Errors or omissions?
So they just went to get the name for the motion number 22.
Yeah.
We just advertise it.
She questioned it as well. She doesn't know what it was meant for what email it was he was referring to.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I'll have to look. I'll have to look it up. What's that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Chris Catebread, probably. Yeah, it's Chris Catebread. I didn't go to the meeting on the 24th because I had another meeting scheduled. It's a long-standing issue of MNR not respecting our hunting rights. And so at the ISC joint meeting in Toronto, the Assistant Deputy Minister of MNR was there, and I questioned him to say, you know, this, the Nanfan deed in 1700 transferred the land bridge between up around Windsor and the United States to the King of England in exchange for the protection of our perpetual hunting and fishing rights. So I don't believe that our people should be charged, because obviously fee simple deeds have been given to the people that are on that land now. And so to me, I think there's a treaty issue that needs to be looked into. And so the deputy minister said he would the assistant deputy minister said he would give us a response. I did question it at that meeting to find out why are people subject to these charges. It's almost as if we have no hunting rights outside of that MNR district, and even sometimes they're harassing our people if they go on fee simple land, and most of the land in this area is fee simple land, and more of the crown land is being privatized under that Algonquin settlement. So that has been discussed at Iroquois Caucus about the Algonquin settlement, because there doesn't seem to be any accommodation for rights. And when the Algonquins filed their claim, I did send in a notice of objection stating that, you know, there were surviving rights that the Haudenosaunee people had, to continue hunting and fishing and gathering in that area, and that there was an overlap that had to be accommodated. But their response was, we'll go and talk to the Algonquins to see if they'll make the accommodation. And so this is one of the problems that the Haudenosaunee people have, is we've not asserted any kind of area for our traditional harvesting rights, and other groups are moving in, claiming that Mississaugas, the Algonquins are moving into, and if we don't soon get with it as a nation, not as a community, as a nation, we could lose our rights, or to not have them recognized. So that there's been that type of discussion ongoing at Iroquois Caucus. And of course, we have the Catherine Gibson report that has to be peer reviewed. And then once it's peer reviewed, we can table it with the government. So that's some outstanding work that the council will have to undertake in the next term.
So as far as motion 23 goes, I would support amending the minutes to reflect the nature of the email.
It's MNR officer, Chris Catebread.
So that's the name?
Catebread is the name.
We're good then. You moving that then, Ted?
Yeah.
Okay. Moved by Ted, who will second it?
I'll second it too.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. We'll have the minutes of November the 28th. Are there any errors, omissions, or corrections?
No, I can move those two.
Moved by Ted. Is there a seconder? Is there a seconder for these minutes of November 28th?
Josh wasn't here.
I know.
Mr. Station.
So it'll have to be Chris or Stacia. Chris? And are you in favor, Stacia?
Yes, I am.
Motion's carried. We will have the library minutes of June to December. Normally, we just acknowledge receipt of them. Is there a motion?
I can move to acknowledge, Chief.
Moved by Josh. Is there a seconder?
Second.
Chris? Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. December 13th. Okay, motion to go in private. Moved by Chris. You have to speak into the, because people that might be listening.
Move, Chief.
Is there a seconder?
I can second.
Ted? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried.